Hey there yogis, my name is Janice. Today I will take you through crow pose, Bakasana. It is an arm balance, so you'll shift from balancing on your feet to balancing on your hands. Let's get started. Begin with your hands planted on your mat about shoulder distance apart and spread your fingers as wide as you can. Since your hands will now be the foundation of your pose, you want to make it as stable as you can, and you can achieve this by spreading your fingers wide. Once you have your foundation set, lift your hips and start to walk your feet towards your wrist. Think about alignment here. You'll move towards a bend, towards a 90-degree bend in your arms. So be mindful of how the bend occurs in your arms. You want to keep your elbows pointing straight back rather than out to the side. So think Chaturanga Dandasana in your upper body. Walk your feet towards your wrists. Plug your kneecaps into your upper arms. So on your triceps or as high up towards your armpits as you can get them. So hug your core in nice and tight. Lean forward, start to bend your arms. Again, elbows bend back rather than out to the sides, and it's important to keep your gaze forward. The tendency is to want to look at your feet or the back of your mat, but you will go where your gaze goes. So keep your gaze forward. Once you have the bend in your elbows and your gaze is forward, start to play or explore with lifting one foot up off your mat and another foot. Notice how my elbows are stacked or aligned with my wrist, and that my shoulders come almost in line with my elbows. And one other thing I wanted to point out about your foundation is work towards getting your wrists parallel to the top of your mat. Sometimes I'll see hands splayed out to the side. Again, always going for alignment. Gaze forward, one foot up, maybe both feet up. Lift your hips up, push your knees into your arms, also push your arms into your knees. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Maybe bring your heels up towards your glutes. Slowly lower one foot at a time. Maybe you're just trying it on and you roll out. You're not that far to the ground, but keep it safe. Another option is to use a block in front of you. So in your crow pose, rather than keeping your gaze forward, if you're starting out, you have the option as a safety net to use your block. Get the feeling of your hips and feet up off of your mat. Try not to rest all of your weight on your head and block. And then maybe you push or lift your head away from your block. A third approach to getting into crow pose is starting on your block. This will give you a little more height to get your knees up to your upper arms. So again, hands at least shoulder distance apart. I have wide shoulders, so my base needs to be a little bit wider. Hips up, knees into upper arms. Bend your arms, lean forward, gaze forward. Maybe you keep your feet here, maybe you start to lift them up. Notice how I'm sort of gripping the mat with my fingertips. This also gives you leverage when you're balancing on your hands. Now it's your turn to try on crow pose. Start with your hands planted, fingers wide, about shoulder distance apart. Lift your hips, Walk your feet towards your wrist. Plug your knees into your upper arms. Bend your arms and lean forward. Keep breathing while you're doing this. Gaze as far forward as you can. And play with lifting one foot up at a time. Maybe you stay here. Grip your fingers into your mat. Try on the other foot. Lift it up. And then maybe their second foot or toe comes up off your mat. Lift your hips. Work your navel towards your spine and then your spine away from your mat. Great job, everyone. Way to namaste.